Elizabeth.
Want a date? Going out? Looking for some action? Need some company?
No, wait, huh? It's Jeffrey.
Got any money?
Money? No, I don't have any money.
I think we should do the whole podcast trying to do that New Jersey accent that guy has.
I don't think that's possible.
Well, I'll do that. You do the bride. I was going to say the bride, because it's clearly, even the beginning there, the sound was the sound of the bride awakening in Bride of Frankenstein.
Well, that's what this was.
It was. But I think I'll do it like Jeffrey, and you
No.
do it like Elizabeth.
Now, see,
Would that get annoying, you think?
I couldn't even try.
Oh, really?
I couldn't even begin to try. That accent is too.
Did you notice that the Jeffrey there sounds a lot like Ken's impression of Hooper in our Jaws episode?
I've never heard it.
Oh, well, it sounds exactly like Ken's doing.
You're talking to the wrong person, buddy. I have not listened to an episode of this podcast ever. So Ken's parts, I'll never hear, but that's what he sounds like?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
It was pretty funny.
I should probably listen to that one of these days.
So now you've given away that some of the laughs that you have after his lines were edited in because they were laughs after my placeholder lines. So if you listen to it, it flows well, but you peeked behind the curtain and you weren't
Tricky.
actually laughing at Ken's lines, you were laughing at my reading of the lines.
You tricky podcast wizard.
You asked what a podcast director is? That's what a podcast director is.
I never asked that question.
It came up on...
I don't believe you.
What's the last thing we did? No, I don't know. What did it come up?
This is what I'm...
Yeah, it came up on the Spooky Season Spectacular.
Prove it.
I could if you'd listened to the podcast.
That's a shame.
I also said on the podcast that last week that the movie House 2, The Second Story, destroyed my love of films, but Frankenhooker brought it back.
Really? You like this movie?
I fucking love this movie.
Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker. It might be my favorite movie of all time.
Disappointing.
People can't see you shaking your head.
That's because I was saving my psych. I love this movie.
Isn't it amazing?
It really is.
For such a simple concept that really, when you think about the movie, nothing happens.
It's Frankenstein.
But nothing happens in the movie.
What do you mean nothing happens? The first 5 minutes, his girlfriend gets run over by a lawnmower.
And there's a hotel of exploiting hookers. So I guess things do happen. But narratively, the plot-wise, it just is like we have the opening, we have the I'm sad, we build her, we blow some hookers. And then, like, there's just the climax, which is fun because she's walking around. But there's no, like, B-plot to the movie. It's just like, here's the movie.
What was the B plot in the original? Because this is just a straight remake.
In what, Frankenstein?
Yeah, no, Bride of Frankenstein.
The B-plot of Bride of Frankenstein was that Dr. Frankenstein himself was not the same man anymore, and he didn't want to do these things. The A-plot was him being coerced by Dr. Pretorius. And then the C-plot was Frankenstein becoming more human and learning that...
Well, they did that backwards because he's Frankenstein now. He doesn't start off as Frankenstein. He becomes a new person.
He's also not Frankenstein, he's the monster.
He's both. Oh my God, that answers the question.
Guy never had a chance.
Dude, this
Just
movie,
call him the monster.
This movie had so much going on. It had more going on than the original Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, there was more going on, I guess. There was no exploding hookers in that one, but I bet James Whale would have done it if he thought of it.
But he didn't, and that makes him a lesser director.
Then Frank Henenlotter?
Yeah, who's Frank Henenlotter?
Frank Henenlotter's made a few movies like this that are fun. He made Basket Case.
I've heard of it.
It's a fun movie like this, and Brain Damage, which is a really fun movie like this.
I've heard of that.
And I think most people like Brain Damage the most and Basket Case second, but for me, it's Frankenhooker. It's a perfect movie.
I got to watch these other two because Frankenhooker is
no, you'll like them. We'll cover them because when I was watching it, I was like remembering how much I liked some of the weirdness in those movies too. But this is his masterpiece to me.
If this is the lesser of the trinity of films he's made.
I just told you it's not.
Well, according to I guess
which words weren't clear to you? Masterpiece.
I heard that people like the other ones better, so that's what I listened to. You have opinions.
Prove it.
You have. Oh, I will.
Prove
you
that
just
you heard it.
You just said it.
How are you going to prove that?
You just said it. Wait, let me check. Yep. My memory tells me that you did, and I heard it.
So we'll do this again next week, and you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm like a goldfish over here. Every 6 seconds, I forget what's going on.
One time on this podcast, you literally looked up at the window in your basement and said, "Squirrel."
Man, I hope it was a squirrel. And it's true. It's right there. In fact, we're sitting at the same exact spot. Yeah. So now I'm looking out that same window. And you know what I'm wondering, Brian? I'm wondering if there's a squirrel going to walk by. It could be a rabbit.
Well, you'll forget about it soon enough. Yeah, this guy made like fun movies like this in the 80s and 90s. This was or 1990 in the 80s. He's made some of those quintessential B movies that are oozy and sleazy. 2 of the 7 Dwarfs.
I'm pretty sure that's the porn parody.
Oh, what are the other 5? We got to do this. Horny, clearly. Mm-hmm. Down to 4.
I think Sleepy makes the cut.
No.
No?
Rapey.
Why? Stan? You know what I was thinking the other day? I was thinking.
Pete.
Don't try to distract me. It's so hard to line up my thoughts. I had, what is it? My league of cool dudes from horror movies, like
Yeah.
Duckadoo and the guy from Black Christmas with his sweet, sweet coat. Mm-hmm. You seem to be having the opposite, like the Brotherhood of Evil people, like the Fly. And
Oh, yeah.
like I don't know,
Stathis.
you Stanthus and everyone else. You always seem to end up on the wrong side of these people, and I feel like you're building a team to fight my team, and I don't like that.
I just think that it's two-dimensional thinking to not understand some of these characters. These movies, part of the whole point of scarevalue.com is to look deeper into these films. And I think Stathis is like the poster boy for you got to look deeper.
This is the exact opposite of Duckadoo. Duckadoo just wants to watch his old-timey porn with his fancy haircut.
It's funny because like I was an early Ellis adapter.
Ellis from Die Hard?
Yeah, that was one of the people saying Ellis is not the bad guy, and not a bad guy in Die Hard. And I'm one of the few people early on that saw the truth, but people have started to come around on that. I just think that Stathis is the more extreme version. Yes, he does far worse things than Ellis, but he also does far better things than Ellis.
Was that the same actor?
No,
Sure looks like it in my memory.
it's not.
Let me check the tapes. You were wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. So this was your first time watching Frankenhooker.
Yes.
I'm excited to actually watch Basket Case and Brain Damage now because they are fun.
This is exactly the kind of movie I like. And like, if you've never seen it, the synopsis is guy's girlfriend gets chopped up into little bits. He's a part-time doctor, I guess, and he puts her back together with hooker parts. The end.
Pretty much.
That's the movie, and it is gold. Everyone has a New Jersey accent, so very thick.
It's Sleepaway Camp dialed up to 11.
Whoever Frankenhooker is gold.
I know, Pete. This is the last movie she ever made.
Oh,
No, she's alive. This is one of the craziest things. So Jeffrey's played by a guy named James Lawrence.
Awesome.
Who's been a working actor since 1987 and doesn't have a Wikipedia page. That's incredible to me, that all those things. Elizabeth Shelley, clearly those names taken from Elizabeth, the bride of the wife of Dr. Frankenstein.
Did not catch that.
And Mary Shelley, played by Patty Mullen, who hasn't acted since Frankenhooker and does have a Wikipedia page. As for why she never worked again, I just assume she realized she was never topping this.
You got to go on a top. Go out on a high note and leave them wanting more, because that's what she did.
She's not going to be like, I'm making Welcome to Mooseport after the Royal Tenenbaums.
Another Ray Romano flop.
That he made Welcome to Gene Hackman.
Yeah, we're talking Hackman?
Made Welcome to Mooseport after the Royal Tenenbaums.
I remember. That was his last movie, too.
Madness.
You got to go out on that high, man.
Madness.
Madness in Mooseport.
He didn't have a good time making Royal Tenenbaums, so I don't think he saw the movie the same way the rest of the world did, which was like, wow, what an incredible Gene Hackman movie.
He didn't like it?
He's a weird, well, not anymore. He was a weird guy. And he didn't get along with the director, I think, or something.
I don't know. Oh, Wes Anderson.
I think he didn't understand, like, and listen, this is completely understandable to me. Wes Anderson's a quirky, weird dude who makes quirky, weird movies.
I'm nodding.
And the more time goes on, the more I just can't watch them because they're all the same. I can't stare at the Playhouse set anymore.
That hit me somewhere, too.
It just, I think it was right around the time SNL parodied it, and I was like, yep, it's dead now forever.
I think The Life Aquatic.
Yeah, that was when
And I was starting to say, hey, now. And then
he makes good movies. I can't stand the way he shoots them.
I haven't seen anything in like 20 years, so I don't really know.
They're all too precious. Like, I'll see the trailer for it, and I'll be like, wow, that looks really good, but I can't watch that. I can't sit there for an hour and a half and watch that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. But she...
We're going to need a bigger one.
Yes, that's right.
But she was incredible. She gives one of the greatest comedic performances of all time in the last third of this movie.
After doing nothing. She's only in it for 5 minutes, and then she gets run over by a lawnmower, and you don't see her again.
Yeah.
For the rest of the movie, till what? The last maybe 5 minutes?
No,
10 minutes?
The last act.
About 10 minutes?
Compare that to the original Bride of Frankenstein. She's in it for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, she got like 3 times the screen time. Clearly the spirit... Oh, I like that Bride of Frankenstein, the first one, too.
Yep.
Damn, these are good Brides of Frankenstein we got.
Now, you couldn't see the clip, obviously, because this is an audio podcast. But if you watched that clip, she starts off with the same bird-like curiosity, like moving her head around, jerking
The
around.
head jerking up.
But instead of hissing because she can't speak, she says, "Got anybody? Want a date?" The hooker parts are taking over.
That's right. He's got a goo that can but somehow they're also electric. It's like half robot, half magic goo. And I don't even know where to start. There's so much.
I never pinned down what this man did for a living. He was good at science.
They explained it.
But also doctoring, but also mechanics.
Do you pay no attention to story?
Yeah,
are you just are you just watching for the boobs, which were a poppin', sometimes off in this movie?
Yeah.
He worked for the local utility company. That's why I kept wearing that jacket at the beginning. So we know he has electrical skills.
Oh, so he's a loser.
Then he also was kicked out of like 3 different med schools.
Yes.
So
her friend says, "You look like you've lost weight." And he's like, "Yeah, he did an operation on me." He's like, "You let him operate on you?" And she goes, "Well, I am going to marry him." The script is amazing.
The first 5 minutes is everyone talking about how Elizabeth is fat. Like, oh, you're fat. But she's normal.
You know.
And then she's not allowed to eat pretzels. Like, why? Stay away from those pretzels. What's wrong with pretzels? Is it something I don't remember from 1990?
I don't know.
Is it like pretzels are fatty?
You don't remember from last week. And spoiler alert, we recorded last week 3 days ago. So it's not even as simple as he forgot a week ago.
I saw you 3 days ago? That doesn't seem right.
It was 4 days ago, maybe.
4 Days in the Valley.
No, that's not the name of that movie. Not that you remember it.
That's the sequel.
That was Charlize Theron's breakout role.
That was pretty good.
She's hot in that movie.
I think you saw her boobs in that movie.
I'm sure that you did. That we could agree upon.
And Jeff Daniels he was very angry. And this was before he did anything else. I primarily knew him from Dumb and Dumber, but he was so mad.
That was me. Jeff Daniels, I'd only seen him in comedies to that point. So it was having a tough time taking him seriously.
Oh, I took him seriously. I'm like, he's so mad now that he left Harry.
That was James Spader in that too? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
Spader and Eric Stolzinski.
Ooh. Not replaced by
Marty McFly?
No, he's not replaced by Michael J. Fox in that one.
No, it was Marty McFly in that one.
Do you think, given what we know now about what happened to everybody post Back to the Future, it would have been better off if instead of playing Johnny B. Good, he'd have played Hippie Hippie Shake?
Are you proud of that one? You seem proud of that one. You are beaming right now. Look at you. I thought today was going to be a bad day. Aw.
Oh, man. Yeah. If you've never seen Frankenhooker, I implore you to watch it. This was a movie whose cover I saw in the horror section of the local Blockbuster my whole life, and I never rented it because I just thought I'd get in trouble for renting it.
I remember looking at it and assuming that it was something I'm not allowed to watch.
Me too.
Because there'd be too much nudity, and I was right.
Correct.
Which makes me happy. But is it weird that the nudity is not sexual? Like, at all?
It's not. It's very... So he needs body parts because, oh, spoiler alert, his girlfriend gets killed in a tragic lawnmower accident at the beginning of this movie. The news report after that happens.
Oh my, I forgot about the news report. Gold.
It mentions that her head is missing because, spoiler alert, Jeffrey's got it, and says that the accident turned her into a salad and then deadpans a salad that was once named Elizabeth Shelley. And I laughed so fucking hard.
The whole report has lines like that.
The whole movie has lines like that. Well, my favorite, I brought this up before you watched it, my favorite dialogue in this movie is when Jeffrey's having his crisis of conscience and he's telling his mother, you know, I'm really struggling with this, Ma. I'm having a hard time telling right from wrong and good from bad, and I don't know what to do. And it's this real human moment. And his mother looks at him and says, do you want a sandwich?
That's how you fix these things.
The script is flawless.
You know, sometimes with these kinds of movies too, right? They push too hard into the comedy and it just doesn't work, or they try too hard. This one is kind of serious. Like it takes itself seriously, but it's ridiculous.
It has a unique tone and it never wavers from it. And it keeps that tone mostly because 90% of the movie is Jeffrey walking around talking to himself and nonstop.
He is incredible. And when people die, there's a lot of heads that go flying in this. Heads a popping.
Why does that happen, Pete?
Why? Because I'm still not entirely clear why he made the explosive crack.
It's called Super Crack.
Super Crack. I apologize.
When I tell you the script is flawless, that's what I mean.
But he did it specifically to blow bodies apart so he could collect the pieces. Gotcha. All right, that's what I thought it was. I just want.
But it's so funny because he's alone on screen a lot of the movie. But is he? Because he's talking to the brain with the eye he made in a jar.
That's how the movie starts.
He's talking to the guinea pig he's going to blow up. He's talking to Elizabeth's head. It's so
Constantly.
So it's 90 minutes mostly of him, 85 minutes long. So the first hour is him walking around going, I can do this. I could kill some hookers. They want to give their body away anyway.
Oh, let's go over here. What's happening? Oh, this looks like the right street. I think we're in the place now.
Never stops talking. It's one of the more energetic performances of all time.
The special effects are golden.
Everyone turns into a mannequin just before they explode. It's incredible.
Some of those were pretty good explosions, though. They looked, and so he's got the body parts right after he blows up a hotel room full of hookers, and
Accidentally.
I know he didn't want it. See, he's not a bad guy. Frankenstein's not a bad guy.
He's not Frankenstein.
What's his name? I thought it was Frankenstein.
Jeffrey something.
Franken. It's Franken. It's on the door. That's why it's Frankenstein.
He's hiding his Judaism.
That's where I was going with that, I think, because it would explain nothing. But there we go. He collects them, puts them in a freezer, just all the parts, selects the one that he wants, and then, of course, things go awry, and all those body parts in the freezer fuse into various monsters.
I forgot that was going to happen. So when it started bubbling up, I was like, oh, I just remembered something incredible.
Brian, when the lightning hits it, when it arcs over there, I was like, oh, snap. Then I forgot about it because so much other stuff happens in the 5 minutes between it being hit by lightning and then it spilling over and opening. I forgot. And when those things came crawling out of there, just the amalgam of different hooker parts.
I forgot there is a B plot in this movie. You just reminded me.
Zorro?
Oh my God.
I don't think that counts as a B.
It does. He's got his own mission as
the mystery of what happened to my stable of hoes.
As underdeveloped as it is, and the payoff for which is extraordinarily funny to me. Because you meet him, he's the pimp. Jeffrey he needs a lot of women because he's got to compare all their parts.
And pick the best.
And pick the best parts because only the best for his Elizabeth. They all explode, and Zorro is downstairs at the hotel, upset, where are all my women at? And he goes up there, gets knocked out by a head that explodes.
The exploding heads.
Which normally would be the end of this character in the movie, because all he does for the rest of the movie is walk around looking at stuff. Until he finds them. He's not really even on the trail. He just happens by information that is important to him.
No, I think he ran into him at the bar where Frankenhooker was.
That's what I mean. He just happens by things. So he ends up at the end, and he walks into the garage where he's doing all these experiments, and he's brought Elizabeth back to, and he's fixed her. She's no longer
a hooker. She's back to herself. This is the end of the movie.
Yeah, she's fixed her. Now she talks like herself and her brain's working. And he immediately gets his head cut off by Zorro, which is a funny, great moment. Because you know where it's going to end, but it's still a funny, great moment. But what makes it amazing is that then the actor playing Zorro has to monologue. And how do I say this?
Up till now, he's had about 2 sentences.
You can't notice yet, because there's also, I think, the first time he talks in the movie, there's a lot of music and stuff going on. You can't hear anything. He cannot act.
What are you talking about?
Pete, I cackled when he started giving his monologue. It was like he's getting the words pumped into his ear and trying to say them faster than they're coming in. He's like, hey, from what I understand, I think those are my parts.
And he yells at Frankenhooker in all of his stable of bitches' names.
Does he yell? Because what he does is raises his voice. He can't change the inflection of it because he's not a good actor.
That's yelling in pimp.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You got to keep that measured tone.
Pimps up, hoes down.
I don't think English was his primary language.
I could not. I think New Jersey was his primary language.
Yeah, we said the same thing.
Yeah. Yep. I had to do a mental check, but you're right. It was the same thing.
I don't know what to even start with this movie. It's a special one.
So Jeffrey's not done anything. No, he's been a working actor because I really want to watch more movies with him.
Oh, he's in tons of things.
I got to start watching this guy. I don't know what his name is. Jeffrey Franken. And he's a doctor/electrical engineer.
Well, his name is James Lawrence.
That doesn't sound right.
Okay.
And I'm a guy who watched the credits.
Oh, did you?
I did.
So The reason it doesn't feel sexual, the nudity, is because when he hires all these prostitutes to come to the room, he spends time measuring their legs, checking their arms for any deformities. Like, he's not treating it sexually.
Even when he's got a nipple under a magnifying glass and we get the close-up view, he's
weird. Poking at it.
Yeah, he's like, this one, the buoyancy, it is clinical. And the hookers are just standing there getting more and more bored and anxious because he has to pick one because the rest of them have to go out and work. So when they finally find the super crack, you understand their excitement. It's finally something to do because they go crazy for the crack.
The first time I saw this movie, the moment where I knew it was something really incredible was when all the hookers exploded. But this time around, it was when he just pulled it out. He goes, "It's super crack." I was like, oh, this movie's brilliant. Because every other movie would be like, this is hydroponic C equals MC squared divided by whatever. He's just like, it's super crack. It's amazing.
Did this movie do anything at the box office?
I don't even know if it came out.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, it's got to be some kind of cult thing, right?
Yeah.
It seems like it would be.
Before we even get to any of these ridiculous, amazing parts, he's having dinner in the garage with the head of his dead girlfriend, and he pours wine down her mouth, which of course just comes out of her neck and soaks the table.
He's at no point though does he ever break. Like, he's deadly serious. He's having dinner with his fiance.
Yeah,
it's just a thing you do.
He loves her the same way Stathis loves.
No.
Gina Davis in The Fly.
You're doing it wrong. You know what should have happened to Stathis? The same thing that happened to Zorro. Bunch of hooker body part monsters crawl out of a cooler in liquid. It was some kind of goo liquid.
I mean, that's exactly, except for Jeff Goldblum not being a prostitute, as far as I know, is exactly what happens at the end of The Fly. Except Gina Davis shoots him.
These are very similar movies. They share a lot of the same plot points.
How about the fact that in order to unlock all of his potential ideas, he drills into his head?
Jesus Christ, I forgot about that too. When he's got to think, he consults his chart and then puts a power drill to his skull. And then I think he did it for fun.
Yeah.
The second time, he's like, meh.
The whole thing is amazing. The script.
They don't come back to that either.
No. He's got his idea. He's set in his ways after that. He's got his idea.
What happened to Zorro, right? It was Zorro the pimp?
Yeah, they pull him into the
cooler, right?
Yeah. Which I guess is their home.
It is. That's where they live now. I like the one that
they do mention that he's too mangled to use his parts for Jeffrey at the end.
But they can't do it with boy parts.
Apparently, that's right. He can only do it with girl parts. So apparently he's left incredible notes that someone who is dumb enough to get run over by a lawnmower at the beginning and doesn't even have her own appendages can put him back together.
Right, because she read his notes. Well, she said it. You left really good notes.
Yeah, I know.
So that explains it.
That's why it's a perfect script.
Yep. You don't have to look for flaws because they're answered in this movie.
But they've thought through what the joke will be. Well, I guess you left really good notes. It's like, make that the lie. That's how the tone of the movie is. It's so smart.
And that's what I think you have to do, right? But it's such a weird band. I don't think it can be done. It's hard to do, and I love seeing it done right. And this is a movie that does it so well.
I think that in the history of cinema, there are scenes that rank the highest of anything. The storming of Normandy Beach, and Steven Spielberg Saving Private Ryan, the opening of Jaws. There are scenes that you never forget when you watch them. The hotel room scene in this movie, I think, doesn't just belong in that conversation. It stands above them all.
You say that. And
I did say that.
I want to disagree. And I'm acknowledging. I want to agree with you, and I do. But there's drilling in your head. There's being run over by a lawnmower. There's exploding gerbils.
Nothing in cinema history will ever top a guy who can't stop talking in his thick New Jersey accent being held down by a couple of hookers while the rest of them take off their clothes and celebrate finding super crack before they start exploding into 100 visas.
Frankenhooker goes out and walks the streets, just repeating every call line she can remember in that little bird brain of hers.
Picks up a guy immediately, too.
I forgot about that. These sex scenes that happened. There were 3 sex scenes, I think, in this movie with Frankenhooker.
Sex with her makes the guy explode.
Because she's full of lightning.
Yes.
When Zorro punches her head off.
Oh, it's amazing. The effect on it is great when they drive away and he hits the gas too hard and the head just flops back. But it's only for like a millisecond, but it's amazing.
It's so good, right? It wasn't the focus of the shot. It was just a nice little Easter egg for you if you're really paying attention.
But to me, what makes the scenes work so well is not just the amazing, campy, incredible ideas. It's that the whole time he's like, I'll get you home. I'll put your head up here. Your head belongs up here. Let's put your head out here. I'll get some duct tape maybe. We'll put you in the seat. It'll be fine. I'll get you home and we'll fix it.
It's the nonstop.
Never stop.
Nonstop narration of every thought that's entering his head and every action he is going to take, he has taken, or he's even contemplating taking. You all hear it out loud.
He's running around New York City like, I'm looking for a girl. She's purple. It's so amazing. But even not just like Frankenhooker's dialogue. It's the way her face contorts to make that weird. Yeah, everything she does is incredible in this movie.
Yep, 100%. In the first 5 minutes, because you get her for 5 minutes, my thought was, all right, I'm glad that she's gone. I don't think she has the acting chops to.
I thought that too. Even this time, knowing what she was going to turn into, I thought, what a great performance, because she's such a bland, nothing character that doesn't seem to have any kind of emotional resonance at all.
Nothing. She is the most plastic fake thing.
And then she's like given the best performance of all time.
I am so disappointed.
Heath Ledger's Joker, Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler, this woman who never acted again in this movie. I'm not even kidding. These are incredible, life-altering performances.
Jack Black in Gulliver's Travels.
I saw something Jack Black was in yesterday. I didn't watch it. I just saw that he was in it. Oh, I saw the Anaconda trailer where he's playing a slightly less Jack Blacky version of Jack Black. But I'm assuming it comes out in.
Does he have a beard?
Of course, he has a beard.
Is it a crazy beard?
No, and it looks like he actually left the house for this one.
This one is but it's Anaconda, so you know there's green screen.
Well,
like a moth to flame.
It's two guys who love the movie Anaconda deciding to try to remake the movie Anaconda.
Wait, so Anaconda is a movie in this universe?
It is a movie that these two losers love.
So they're going to go recreate it and things go awry?
They're going to make a low-budget version of it. And their snake gets killed immediately. And then they find a giant anaconda that's going to kill them. And it didn't look that great, to be honest with you, even though
Jack Black was there?
Paul Rudd was there.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
The poor man's Jack Black?
It's probably going to be fine, the movie. It'll probably be fun, but...
No, it's no Frankenhooker. That's one of the movies that tries too hard.
When I say he's a little less Jack Blacky, what I mean is he's not doing that thing where he's clearly acting to himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what we like.
He's actually in the scene with other people, and he's acting with them.
Oh, he's being a real actor?
So he's still giving you the Jack Black that you love and I hate, but he's doing it in a way that's much... It's more Jumanji than what I've seen from the Minecraft movie.
I think he was by himself when that movie was made.
I'm sure of it.
I like the performances that are so disconnected. Like Jack Black's just doing his own thing, and the other people that the plot happens to fit what Jack Black is doing.
Did it?
Yeah, it made sense. Jack Black was doing stuff, and then other people had like ideas, and then Jack Black kept doing stuff.
I like the idea of Anaconda as a story. It's a pretty good story. First of all, just the idea that two people love Anaconda that much is funny to me. Like you've already got a good plot.
Which Jennifer was in that one? Was that
Lopez.
That was a low? Is she back?
I don't think so, but it'd be fun if she was.
Well, who was else? John Voight?
Yeah, it was John Voight.
Is he back?
No.
Is he dead?
They didn't invite. No, he's alive. Okay. They didn't invite John Voight back for this one.
Anaconda 2. I think they did make an Anaconda 2. The Blood Orchid.
There's a bunch of them. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think at some point they fight Lake Placid too.
That would be pretty.
I think
cool.
there is an Anaconda versus Lake Placid.
I never saw Lake Placid.
Oh, that's a good one. That one I actually like. Anaconda's not a very good movie. I think Lake Placid's a lot of fun.
Betty White's at the end feeding baby alligators.
Well, she's in the movie. Like,
that's all I know.
More than that.
Okay.
She turns out to not be the bad guy, but she's the reason that they're all there because she's been feeding them for...
Like me and my crows. Someday I'll have killer crows.
Exactly. I think Lake Placid's a lot of fun. Is that a Bill Pullman movie?
I think it is.
I think it is too.
I don't know how I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I think it is a good one.
Betty, Bill, these are my things.
I love Betty White. When I was growing up, my grandmother loved that show.
The Golden Girls?
Yeah.
Kitty did a watch through like a year ago.
Yeah, it's funny. We've talked about this. It's
Yeah.
funny because all four actresses are legitimately like funny people. Makes a big difference.
I didn't realize that. Like when I was a kid, I just never watched it because old people, and you don't watch old people.
I know,
things.
but it's like way better than you'd think.
They're-
And it holds up way better than you'd think too.
They're
Because they're
all
such
funny.
gifted comedic actors. That's the whole reason it works.
Yep, and they play off each other well. And George Clooney pops up.
Quentin Tarantino pops up in one too.
Did he? I
Yeah,
missed
this
that
is
one.
this is a very young Quentin Tarantino.
Well, I'd imagine. No, imagine if it was an old man Quentin Tarantino and he's got that Benjamin Button,
I mean,
or
I don't think he directed anything yet. This was him trying to get into Hollywood.
figure out what his thing was.
Yeah, it wasn't acting.
Yeah, it was feet.
Spoiler alert, because it was also the N word. We've done this.
That's right.
Do you think like
He's a man of simple pleasures.
he's just like, let me stare at your feet while I say the N word? That's like his life. Like no wonder that 10th movie's never getting made. He should make Frankenhooker.
No, because he wouldn't do it right. There were plenty of feet, if that's your thing, in Frankenhooker.
There were garbage bags full of them.
I believe there was he found a bunion.
Oh yeah, that's right. Can't have that foot.
But no, instead of just throwing it and picking a different one, he decided to file it down.
That's right.
Not quite sure why. I like to think that all of those hooker monsters that live in the cooler now, that they go on to do great things. Is there a Frankenhooker too?
No, I wish there was.
Oh man, it seems like the kind of movie that would be perfect.
I think there's 3 Basket Case movies.
What's Basket Case?
One of the other movies.
Yeah, I mean, I
Scott
know,
made.
but I don't know. Is it heads in a basket? Is it
No.
body in a basket?
I think it's a guy's deformed brother.
Yes.
That lives in the basket.
Holy
I haven't
shit,
seen
I
Basket
might have
Case
seen
in a
it.
long time.
I think I might have seen that when I was a kid. Ooh, now I'm excited, Brian.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to those because this movie unlocked something in me.
And it's under 90 minutes. This is what you want. This is hitting everything in a film. This is one of those movies that I want to tell people to watch. I don't normally like to do that because everyone's got their own tastes, and
Yeah, but
I don't like to
nobody-
recommend things.
Nobody could know if this was their taste until they watch it because there's nothing. What is it like? I don't know.
If there's a hotel room full of hookers exploding from super crack.
It's like Basket Case, I guess. What do you want from me? I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know how I don't know this guy, this director.
Well, I don't think he made a lot of stuff after that.
So
I think
the
he
80s were like his heyday.
Maybe he produced stuff or something. But
All
I don't. These were.
I'll have to wait till you do some research and then tell me, and then I'll know.
I mean, I clearly didn't do it for this.
All right, but you might later. Now that you've figured out how exciting he is, man. Was there? Yeah,
It's one of those movies that, like, I didn't see it till 4 years ago. It's one of those movies where you wonder how you lived 40 years without seeing it. But then I remember how, because I saw the cover every time and I was too embarrassed to bring it up to the front of the register.
It was an embarrassment for me. I just never.
Well, this is when I was a teenager.
Right. I was thinking when I was a younger kid, and then I just kind of forgot about it. You know what I like to rent?
Yeah.
Blockbusters. That's what I would always go to at Blockbuster because I want the blockbusters. Oh, see, whatever came out. I remember waiting for Jurassic
It
Park.
is what they're known for. It's like going to a Chinese place and ordering a pizza.
I've done that before.
Yeah, I know, Ying's.
Yep, they had some pretty terrible pizza, but it hit the spot at 3:30 in the morning.
Pete, they had some pretty terrible Chinese food, too.
What are you talking about? It's the same as all Chinese food.
You got a spoiler alert for a place that sells hot dogs, pizzas, hamburgers, and steaks and Chinese. They're not going to be good at any of it.
One time,
Because the guy they're hiring that's working there at 3 a.m. isn't going to be good at all of those things or any of those things.
I ordered a pizza at like 3 a.m. because I had to work a night job.
Yeah.
So I get home, order it. I'm like, I'll go pick it up because they don't fucking deliver. It's Ying's. So
Ying's does deliver, by the way.
I don't think they did it at 3:30 in the morning.
No, maybe not.
Or it took like over an hour. I can't remember. Either way, I wanted my goddamn pizza. So I order it, and they say, yeah, 15 minutes because that's quality pizza. It's ready in 15 minutes. So I go up there 15 minutes later. Parking lot's full of cops because it's in a plaza. Full of cops. I'm like, all right. I drive up. A cop like flags me down. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, pick up a pizza. He's like, no, you're not. Go home. Alrighty then. And I turned around and went home. I said, no, I guess somebody got shot inside the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
In that 15 minutes from when I placed the phone call. And I don't even want to get into what an argument it was to try to get my money back. Because I paid for the pizza with a credit card.
That's right.
And then they're like, they didn't want to give me a free pizza. I don't remember. I think I might have just given up.
You should have told them, if you don't give me that free pizza, I'm going in there and shooting somebody.
They're used to it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Why are we talking about Ying's?
I don't remember.
Why do you like Chinese food so much?
I don't.
Oh,
I mean, I
same.
do.
Bourbon chicken. You and your bourbon
I
chicken.
haven't had bourbon chicken in like 15 years. They closed that place down like 2 decades ago that had the good bourbon chicken. The mall used to have this incredible place that had great bourbon chicken. And then one day, when I was excited to go there and get it. They're like, oh, they're closed because they had rats. And I'm like, I can still deal with it. Like, just give me the bourbon chicken.
That's the secret sauce.
I don't care. I don't care what you have running around back there. Just give me what you got. Because I knew they were never opening again, and they never did.
Well, there's another one back. If you haven't been to the mall,
the same.
You don't know. Have you tried it? They hand out samples. If they're handing out samples, then I know it must be good. Why would you hand out samples otherwise?
Because this place was run by a mean-looking Asian woman who knew how to cook her fucking bourbon chicken. I'll tell you what.
Nice people can't cook?
They can't get the results they need.
Out of their ingredients?
This woman, I mean, she's bad with keeping health codes up, but unbelievable at making bourbon chicken.
Yeah, so you like Chinese food.
I do like Chinese food fine, because Mei Yen's, this is a very Buffalo local podcast now. Mei Yen's is some of the best food I've ever had. It's right down the street from me. It's right on the street you used to live on.
That seems too fancy.
It is expensive as shit. I just had it a few days ago.
I like to eat it from the place that has like 3 light bulbs working in the ceiling, and it's the tiny little hole in the wall.
I like eat it from Weird Al Yankovic.
I prefer fat.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You know my kids like Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah, you've brought this up.
I think it's important.
Do you know that I may have watched a 2-hour concert that was on YouTube just yesterday?
Did you know?
And at the beginning of the concert, he mentioned the last time he was at whatever location this was, he was opening for the Monkees in the 80s. And I was like, I saw that tour.
I remember that.
I legitimately saw the tour he's referencing.
I'm jealous that was your first concert. I don't even know what my first concert was.
I was so excited. I was like, oh, I was at that show.
Do people even go to concerts anymore?
I don't.
No.
I mean, I'm assuming that with Taylor Swift breaking every record ever, a couple like last year for her tour, that they do.
My neighbor just went and saw Lady Gaga.
I saw Lady Gaga when she was incredible. You would expect that she would be because she's an incredible performer, but like she had one of the best live shows I've ever seen.
That's what he said.
It's probably the second best live performer I've ever seen after Scott Weiland, who was the, I mean, again, I'm assuming he had good days and bad days with his drugs, but he was really good the days I saw him.
I saw him once to an undersold gymnasium.
I was there.
Yep, and he was incredible. I would have walked away if I had been somebody that come out like, what are we doing here? This is a little beneath us. He didn't care. Probably the drugs.
No, he turned down one of the greatest shows of all time. This was 1 month after putting out one of the greatest shows of all time, opening for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who were so blown off the stage, they just came out and didn't even bother to try. And then the next day I was at work, and I heard on the radio, Flea was on the, because we're close up to Canada, you could pick up Canadian stations. He was up there saying, yeah, the crowd in Buffalo last night was terrible. I was like, no, you were terrible. The crowd for the Stone Temple Pilots who opened for them was like unhinged. How excited they were.
I didn't even like their studio stuff. The live, I mean, it was
Me
fun.
neither. I didn't have high expectations for it. I only went to the concert because my girlfriend at the time loved Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep.
And Fishbone opened for both of them. Fishbone was really good.
I like
and
Fishbone.
Then STP came out, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Because I was never that... the songs were fine. I wouldn't turn them off, but I wouldn't seek them out.
No.
But I was like, what the fuck just happened? It was like the greatest rock and roll. This must be like, to me, when people talk about how Jim Morrison was great, must be like what they saw. Because I saw it and I couldn't unsee it. I've never forgotten. It's been 30 years, I think.
Right, because it was such an electric live
25
performance.
years.
It's one of the best. I saw Pearl Jam with you. They were fine.
I've seen them twice. They were fine.
They're
I've
fine.
seen a lot of people. I saw Springsteen do a tour ender for 3 hours and 40 minutes, and he was incredible. You know what he wasn't? He wasn't Scott Weiland, the best rock star I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. And it's weird because the band never had that level of like the Jim Morrison kind of, but goddamn, they were a live band.
Never, nothing you could do. You can't see him again. But holy shit. So do you remember the story about that? At the end of the concert.
Which concert?
At the end of an STP show.
Oh, okay.
They would throw out the top of the drum. They'd all sign it and throw out the top of the drum. And at Darien Lake, where I saw them open for the Chili Peppers, I was sitting, Chili Peppers because we're friends. I was sitting in like the 5th row on the thing. And I'm sitting there and I look and here it comes right at me. And I'm like, oh, I got to catch this. So I reach up and I reach out. And there's a metal rim on the top of the drums, and it hits my hand, and it hurts, and it falls in front of me. And I was like, ow, and I didn't catch it. 2 people in front of me fought over it, got bloody fighting over it.
Seriously?
Ripping it apart, trying to keep it. And I was just like, I don't want it that bad. So a month later, they come to UB, and I spend the first, Disturbed open for them, by the way. Their song had just hit the radio. This is how long ago this was.
Down with the Sickness?
Down with the Sickness had like just hit. So this is how long ago this was, like 2002. So it might have been 2000. It might have been 2000. Yeah, this is 25 years ago. So we're in the very front. We're the first people into the building. So me and my girlfriend are at the very front. And it's fine for the first band was called Liquid Gang. I'll never forget it because the guy wanted so bad to be a star, and he would end everything with like an Elvis pose, like yeah. And I was like, this is not worth it. And then Disturbed came out, and I was like, hey, this is way better than you'd expect at the opening of a show that's half full of gymnasium. Then before STP came out, big crunch to get to the front, and I was just like, I'm not gonna spend the whole time slammed against this thing. So I was like, let's just go up to the bleachers. So we'll go up to the bleachers. And I thought, I'm watching the show, and I'm like, this guy's fucking incredible. And then he's like, I am incredible. I'm going to take my shirt off, run around, and come right up to the bleachers. And then my girlfriend at the time was like, I have to touch him. And she runs, and I was like, I watch. There's like a rail halfway up the bleachers, and the bottom half doesn't have one. So she's about to the mob's about to push her over the side. And I'm like, what do I do here? So I go down.
Let her go.
I guess I should have. I go down and I try to grab her. I get in front of her, so I'm on the edge, and then we just get pushed off. And I get crunched. My head hits the ground. She hits me in the face. My head hits the ground again. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm all fucked up. And I'm all concussed, I think. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm seeing stars. And
yeah, Scott Weiland was there.
Oh, Scott Weiland gets carried back to stage by security, looks right at me, puts his hand up like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, rock and roll. And I'm like bleeding. So they're like, do you want water? I was like, no, I'm good with water. Can I get like a towel? So they help me out a little bit. And I go back up there, and I'm sitting there, and my head's hurting for the rest of the show, but I'm still like, this is the best show ever. End of the show comes. They take off the top of the drum kit. They write their names on it. They sign it, autograph it. And I'm like, well, I'm all the way on the one side of the building. Last time they threw it to row 5. I don't have to worry about it this time. And I look up, fucking thing's coming right at me again. And I'm like, it's like slow motion because I'm concussed. And I'm like, okay, Brian, you got 2 tries at this in a month. But now you know this metal rim's going to hurt. So cradle it like an egg. Just reach out and then cradle it like an egg.
Fall back with the physics, baby.
That's my plan. It comes. Move my hand back with it. Hits my hand. Hurts like shit. Falls in front of me. 2 guys ripping apart, bleeding, beating each other to death, bleeding. And I was like, I guess I'm not meant to catch one of these. But that's a true story. 2 times in a month, sitting in way different places of a building, 2 different buildings. They threw it right at me.
I don't know that I've ever chased after things that are being thrown to crowds. It seems like a lot of effort. And now as a grown-up...
Oh, I didn't chase after it at all.
No, even coming at me, my instinct is to like turn my back to it so it hits my back and I don't have I'm going to protect my vital face.
Now, the first time is just blind luck, wherever it goes. The second time, I'm almost positive he threw it over there because he knows somebody got knocked off the fucking bleacher and he watched them almost fall to their death.
And he wanted to see it happen again.
Or he was like, maybe he threw it right fucking at me.
He knew you were, he remembered you from Darien Lake, and he's like, oh, this guy's going to fall again.
He's like, I bet I can make this fucking idiot drop it twice.
And then fall off the bleachers.
Long story short, if you've never tried to catch the top of a drum kit, it has a metal rim and it's very hard to do.
I don't think that advice is ever going to be useful for me. It will never be applicable.
I thought that after the first time.
I'm just saying, I don't think I'll be in a room with a drum. Ever. No, I lie. I once had to do a work at a guitar center.
You also had to do a work?
I had to do a work at a guitar center. It's true. And you know what? I didn't even have to do any work because somebody else came in and did the work ahead of me.
That was my brush with fame. Coolest fucking guy I've ever seen in my life.
That's pretty cool. I met lots of famous people.
Made me think drugs must be cool because all the cool guys I know are doing them.
You got to be careful, though. Sometimes it's super crack. And you know
Super
what?
crack.
They didn't tell us that shit in DARE. Like, I took all those DARE classes, and not once did they warn us about super crack. If anything, they made drugs seem way cooler than they actually are.
They say we have this fentanyl epidemic. We have a super crack epidemic.
Oh, I want the second part of this movie so bad. I want it so bad I can taste it. There's so many places they can go and adventures they can have.
I would like to hear one example of where they can go or
They got to try to get a job.
No. It's obvious what's next.
What?
Son of Frankenhooker.
They got to get a job first.
Or daughter of Frankenhooker, I guess.
They can't. I like the stitched together body.
Yeah, the effects are the practical effects are great. It's just funny to me that like they threw their hands up and were like, I don't know, dummy. Throw a dummy in there and blow it up. But sometimes they leave the cut for so long, it's like it's just clearly a dummy with a wig on.
And you can see the hollow fire burning the pyrotechnics on the inside.
A couple times they did it real quick cuts, so it would look better. But other times they were like, nah.
It's still cool. This is one of those hills I think I might die on, but you have to have practical effects. It doesn't matter how bad they are because they're still better than CGI. If I'm going to watch a movie 20 years later, CGI is going to look fucking terrible.
Jurassic Park.
I haven't seen that movie in like 10 years.
That's true.
Probably looks fucking terrible.
Ooh.
But you know, I bet it doesn't because that's a lot of practical mixed with CGI.
It did use a lot of practical, but when you see like the Brontosaurus is
Yeah.
standing up, or I'm sorry, Brachiosaurus is standing
That's
up.
right. Respect.
There were brontosaurus. My whole childhood was a lie. There were brontosauruses, stegosauruses lived opposite the T-Rexes, and there was a planet named Pluto. Now, none of that shit's true.
Nope.
What was the point of school if that was what they were going to teach me?
Well, schools are stupid. They got to get better. They got to get better to teach dinosaurs.
That's not how it's working. They're getting worse.
They need to focus more on dinosaurs. We need a dinosaur-based curriculum. Look, I'm a parent, and this is the things I push for at those school meetings.
Oh, yeah.
Dinosaurs, baby. Teachers should dress up like dinosaurs. That would be exciting. Who doesn't want a brachiosaur teaching them?
What grade do you think this should be happening in? All of them?
Oh, yeah, and into adulthood. All like training seminars, like when you got to go training for a job, should be a dinosaur teaching you.
When they told me that brontosauruses were brachiosauruses, I was legitimately angry. Because first of all, it means I wasted all that time learning brontosaurus.
Also,
And
I like to say brontosaur.
Secondly, you can just change the shit.
Yeah, but remember they used to be slow? The dinosaurs were all slow and lizardy. That's not the way it is no more.
No, they were condescended from birds.
It was. I got little baby dinosaurs in my backyard.
I bet
tell the
Jurassic Park holds up fine.
Did you know when you have cars and
The movie cars?
when you have a car that you can drive, a lot of them have like the where you can talk to it now and it does stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can just be like, car, sing me a song, and it will. I had it explained to me about dinosaurs one time for the kids. I just said, like, car, tell me, I think, like, are dinosaurs descended from birds? And it just went on this long explanation, probably taken from, like, Wikipedia. It was great.
Would you think it would be cooler and you would buy more cars if instead of saying
were dinosaurs?
they had 200 horsepower, they said they had 2 dinosaur power? I'd be like, holy shit, I got to get that car. The power of 2 dinosaurs.
Instead of, like, a little horse on the back, it's a fucking, like, raptor or a T-Rex. God damn. Brian, why aren't we in marketing? What are we doing with our lives?
I'm not an idea man. I'm an advertising. It's the most inside baseball thing I could have said.
All right, guess what I got?
I'm going to guess there's 2 things you got.
I do. One of them I left in a drawer over there. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I just panicked and I realized I didn't have a Nick Cage up. Frankenhooker was so good, I forgot about Nicolas Cage.
I thought about Nicolas Cage while watching this because I thought a young Nicolas Cage could have played this Jeffrey character.
No. Sorry.
No, if you've seen him in Vampire's Kiss and things like that, I think he definitely could have had a lot of fun with this.
You know what? I think you're right.
Obviously, a very young Nicolas Cage. The one that's running around Valley Girl. The one that's doing experimenting with his voice. And,
I don't want to take
Pegasus who got married.
But I love this Jeffrey so
me
much.
too. Me too.
Just,
But
I don't want anything to be taken from his performance.
I just
It's
thought
so
if this
good.
movie was made maybe 5 years earlier, there's a decent chance that Nicolas Cage could have tried out for this movie and gotten it.
Oh, that would have been fun. I guarantee you it would have been fun to watch, but I don't think it would have been better.
But he was too big by 1990.
Was he?
Yeah.
What the hell had he done? I almost watched Raising Arizona yesterday.
That's the movie I think changes it. I think pre-Raising Arizona, he'd have been perfect for it, and he probably would have tried for it. And post-Raising Arizona, his stock was too high.
Yeah, right? People started to take him seriously from that performance.
Raising
which-
Arizona is a great movie.
It is. That's why I almost watched it. What did I watch instead? I did see a movie. It was a horror movie. What was it, Brian? I finished Slaughterhouse.
Oh, nice.
I was only partway through it, and then I finished it because we talked about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I watched that movie. It's pretty good.
It is pretty good. I told you my story watching that in the theater, full theater for Slaughterhouse, as you'd expect.
Nothing
And
less.
Somebody, I never heard what he said, but one guy in the middle of the theater said something funny, yelled out something funny, and everybody in the theater laughed except for me because I didn't hear what he said. And then
The peer pressure didn't make you just laugh so you fit in? I would.
and I was like, oh, fuck, what he said. I wanted to ask somebody what he said. 20 minutes later, he tried again, dead silence. And I was like, Pete, I laughed out loud. It was like, I could have held it in, but I was like, no, I'm letting it go because that was funny.
The comedy god smiled on you that day.
He got a full theater reaction and then he got nothing. And he was so full of himself, he thought he was going to get it again. And I went, I got to laugh.
I am impressed that Slaughterhouse had a full theater.
It was too. Sometimes it's just that is the marketing.
Yeah, because this isn't Slaughterhouse is an example to put up against Frankenhooker. Slaughterhouse, it's the same kind of thing. It's a ridiculous premise that you're pushing this movie on, but Slaughterhouse, I don't know, it's too tongue in cheek about itself.
It's too slick.
Is that what it is?
It's too slick. Like there's certain times where you want your movie to look rough. I argue Slaughterhouse is one of them.
I would too.
And it was too slick.
Especially
digital's made this difficult to make these kind of sleazy, trashy, fun films because they're always going to look too slick unless you take the purpose to not do that.
Right, because the practical effects of the sloth doing stuff, it doesn't work when it is such high definition camera, right?
Yeah.
It needs to be that kind of, well, I can't see everything perfect, and that makes you like it better. So I see what you're saying. It is too slick. Take that, you slick Slaughterhouse.
It's a problem with a lot of independent movies is that I mean, you do what you got to do. It's cheap to film digitally. You can film on your iPhone.
Right.
But it's not going to look like you want this to look.
No.
Whereas this movie looks like cheap film.
But
it's perfect.
It's so good. All right, go see it. But anyway, I got the end credits because I watched through them. There was a Best Boy. I know you're excited to hear about it. This is the credits for what did we watch? Frankenhooker. This is the credits for Frankenhooker. Ready? There was a Best Boy. I can't read my writing. His name is either Paul or Dave.
Oh, wow.
Bowles. He did a good job as the Best Boy. There was a job title on this movie called Business Affairs. I don't know what that is.
That sounds like a 1989 Michael Douglas movie that stars. Who I want to put in this movie because a lot of the people I'm thinking of he's already in the movies with. So I want to put Jessica Lange as his boss. No, that's Demi Moore. They made that movie. No, it's Consensual. So yeah, what was that? Remember that movie they made where like a man gets raped? This rape fantasy.
What?
Yeah, remember that Demi Moore?
Disclosure?
Like
I never watched it.
The male rape fantasy where it's like, no, please don't make me have sex with Demi Moore at work.
I never saw that movie.
Were crazy times.
That's what the premise of that one was?
Yes.
That she had sex with Michael Douglas.
She forced him to have sex, I think, or at least sexually assaulted him. And it's like, okay, but this is just a man wrote the script.
All right. I know. Well, I feel better having never watched it.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know what the credited job title in this movie was for Business Affairs. I wonder. Hooker stuff, maybe?
Michael Douglas owns one company, and he's married to a woman, and Jessica Lange owns a different company, and she's married to a different man. And they have a merger, if you understand my meaning.
Yeah, they combine their companies.
They combine their companies.
Yeah, all those assets now shared between the two of them.
I watched Superman again.
The first one?
The new one. And there's a line at the end that now makes me laugh every time, where after he saved the day, spoiler alert, and
Don't tell.
He's like, Lois, I'll give you an interview. And she's like, it's like, fill you in on all the behind the scenes. I was like, he's going to fill in her behind. And now I can't watch it again, like, without thinking that every time.
Oh, man, how did I never pick up on that? That seems perfect for my childish brain. Wait, stop interrupting. I was doing things. What does this say? Heads. Oh, that's not credits. I just made, the only note I took for this whole movie was heads. I think the heads popping off all over the place is a big plus in my book. Enough that I had to write it down. All right. There was a special thanks. The special thanks went to Ben Dover's Bar. Ben Dover's Bar. Special thanks from the cast of Frankenhooker. Now here, this is some stuff that I found interesting. At the end.
Hold on. I'm going to unpack that for a second. I'm going to guess that's where they shot that bar scene. I'm going to guess it's a gay bar. It's the most brilliant fucking gay bar name
I didn't think
of all time.
Man, it would be. This is that marketing you were talking about.
Yep.
Nice.
We're good at that. We just don't have a product.
Ben Dover's Bar. You're right. That would be perfect. All right, moving on. Stop distracting me. All right, Santisco. Nope, that's Fred's stuff. All right. I've never seen such a fancily worded thing at the end of a movie before, but ready?
This is a classy movie, Pete.
The stunts performed in this motion picture are highly dangerous and have been performed by skilled stunt people utilizing proper safety equipment. They should not be attempted by any member of the audience.
Pete, name one stunt that happened in this movie.
Super crack.
That's not a stunt.
When
these were mannequins blowing up.
When the head slammed into, well, somebody threw the exploding head into Zorro's head and he fell down unconscious.
That was the ones that it gave a nice bonk.
It did make a very satisfying bonk. Bonk.
Yeah.
All right. And then to make us even more like assured that everything was safe, it says no animals or people were killed or injured in the making of this movie. And there was no Humane Association like approval stamp either.
Well, then they really blew up that gerbil.
But it says they weren't killed or injured.
Or guinea pig. I guess it's literally a guinea pig.
Was it?
Yeah, because he blew him up with super crack.
Oh, like you do science on a guinea pig,
Yeah.
because that's the experience. This movie's got levels, man. This movie's working. Now, here's the most fascinating thing. I know I said I found interesting things, but this is fascinating. Remember how movies have numbers at the end?
Oh, yeah.
And they tell there's no movie number.
Because this isn't a real movie. This was just a fun project that Frank Henlotter made with his friends.
But I didn't think you could do that. This apparently isn't a real movie.
They refused to register this. They were like, if we do this, what's the point of continuing on?
We're going to have a real House 2 situation on our hands.
The opposite of a House 2 situation.
Maybe that's what they feared. That they didn't want a repeat of House 2. They're like, what if this is another House 2? We can't allow it.
Another House 2 would be a great direct sequel to House 2.
All right, let's get to writing.
No, that should be the remake. In fact, they should all be called that.
Another House?
No, like, they remade The Fly. You know, The Fly's a remake. It should be called Another The Fly.
There we go.
And Another The Thing. Another John Carpenter's The Thing. John Carpenter's Another The Thing.
Another The Next Karate Kid.
Now, what do you do if you remake, like, Another World? Another World? I love it.
What if you redo Others?
Another Others?
Another Other? Hold on. I gotta go find my Nicolas Cage news before I forget, because I feel like this podcast is winding down. Is it October? Because I had promises if it was October.
It is October.
All right. So now we're going to get Nicolas Cage Halloween facts and such. I don't have them in categories. I've really been dropping the ball on my categories. Like we haven't had a knick-knack fact or a Cage quiz hotshot in a while, but that's all right. Oh, quick aside. God damn, I wish I knew. If you are in East Tennessee. East Memphis, which is in Tennessee.
Walking to Memphis?
There's a bar, and they're doing a Nick Cage trivia night.
Bendovers? No, it's a bar and your feet are walking 10 feet off a Beale.
There's a bar that's doing which song is that? Walking to Memphis. I vaguely remember that
Things
one.
about a bar in there.
Who was walking in their sleep?
I don't know. I know who's walking like an Egyptian, though.
Yeah.
Love her.
The Bengals. All right, anyway, whatever. There's a Nick Cage trivia night at some bar in East Memphis. If you're there on October 17th, check it out. I'm looking at you, Brian. If you're in East Memphis, check it out. All right, anyway, what kind of Halloween fact do you want about Nick Cage today? Man, I can't read my writing. It's all messed up now. All right, Nick Cage Primal, we did that one. Oh, so I'm sure you know that he's been to Transylvania and he saw the castle where Dracula lived and stuff. You know what I don't like about our relationship is that you are sure I know that, and it's your fault I know that, but you're right, I know that. All right, because I didn't remember it, but I assumed that you knew. Anyway, not only did he go there, he went there on Halloween, and they were doing a big party, and he wore his Ghost Rider costume from the movie because he was filming it at the time.
Just a leather jacket.
And well, no, I assume he put a skull on, and he had like fire. He lit himself on fire, and he had chains. And he went and he danced out with all the people in the crowd, and he hung out as Ghost Rider at the Halloween party outside of Dracula's castle because he really gets into Halloween.
And that was the last ever Nick Cage fact. You got one pop quiz and one Nick news left, and then we're done forever.
Yeah, for October.
No,
Don't worry.
Like 5 weeks in October.
I'm going to do a whole Thanksgiving month of Nicolas Cage and Thanksgiving facts.
Well, next week we're not going to need Nick Cage facts.
What?
Because next week
we're watching Nick Cage?
Long-awaited Dueling Chainsaws.
I was trying to do dueling banjos, but with chainsaws noises.
I thought you were going to go with there were dueling chainsaws in the Nick Cage masterpiece, Mandy.
There were. I haven't seen Mandy in a really long time, though.
Well, we should be watching it later this year with our foreign dick correspondent, Ken.
Ooh.
Because there's a penis in it.
You know, there were no penises in this movie.
No, it's very surprising, honestly.
Yeah, I would have assumed there'd be a couple like thrown in accidentally. There was a pile of boobs at one point, and he was picking up individual boobs and playing mix and match with them.
The whole thing is bloodless.
Yeah.
which is funny.
No.
Well, like, mannequins don't have blood. I mean, when the hookers explode.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just walking out of there, escaping through the fire escape with 3 bags full of
Hooker
body
parts. I think the only blood I remember was at the very beginning when the lawnmower gets her. You see like the corner of a patio and there's some blood on it. Ooh. And I think that was it. It wasn't even particularly good corn syrup blood.
Are you excited about dueling chainsaws?
I am. I like...
It's our annual discussion of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm excited to be able to watch it in real time.
Until Pete admits it's a masterpiece. We will do this every October.
There's nothing wrong with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, you're getting closer then. Once
Right.
you admit it's a masterpiece, this can stop, and I can stop trying to find new ways to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre in October.
Well, I'm kind of... Because when we started this, you hadn't ever really paid attention to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Right.
I think you're going to come to realize what this is it's a 2-parter.
Okay.
It has to be viewed together.
So I guess next year we'll watch them back to back and have an extra long.
Ooh. Well, I think this year you might decide that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is the one for you.
Can I promise you that won't happen? Now, I'm not even asking you to tell me that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is better than 2, which is, of course it is. You have to tell me it's a masterpiece.
Oh, I guess we're going to find out then.
We already know how this is going to go. But it'll be fun because we're going to watch both movies simultaneously, biannual.
That means you like sex with both movies.
Hey, well, yeah.
I think we should cut them apart like Frankenhooker and just put different sections in different parts and just watch it like that.
I think we should just watch the first one.
Well, you can.
I will.
All right, then.
The second one's a little longer. That's why you like it, because you like lengthy movies.
Is it really longer?
Of course it is longer.
I don't know
The first one's a perfect movie.
Oh, that is the first bad thing I think I've heard about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh, you don't? Of course you don't. I don't know why I'm asking if you remember. The week this came up the first time, there was a movie that whatever we watched the week before, you said it was too long. And I looked, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was the exact same length as that movie. And you went, I think that's the one movie that's allowed to be that long.
I said that.
I'm dealing with this for 3 years.
Sounds like a pretty smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. You should listen to that past beat.
We'll get into how this all came about next week. It's one of my favorite episodes of the year. I have to listen to Pete come up with reasons that Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't great. It drives me insane.
Yep. So that's what we're doing next week?
That is what we're doing next week.
So I don't have to prep for anything.
You don't have to prep for anything. Your prep this time was writing down the word heads.
And I took
and misplacing your Nick Cage note.
I couldn't even read heads.
It's good you got a nice week off after that tough week you've had.
He's, heck.
Yeah, and writing down 2 names from the credits, but you don't know what it says.
It's either Paul or Dave. Good work, Paul Dave. You've done a masterful job best boying.
I recommend Frankenhooker to everyone who's ever lived and ever will live. And everyone alive right now.
Yeah, seconded.
Because you've never seen anything quite like it.
It's a fun one.
And if you sit there and you say, this is stupid, you're right.
You see that? I found a new thing to judge a movie. It's either pretty good or it's a fun one.
Oh, wow.
I am becoming like a real critic.
Which of those best describes Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
It's all right.
Christ. Well, I don't know why I'm stretching for time. We're just going to end it there. I don't have anything funny to say to end this podcast. I haven't had anything funny to say during the podcast because Frankenhooker took my breath away.
Seconded.
I love it.
All right, Lady Gaga.
Did Kitty watch this one?
No.
She didn't. Missing out.
I know. I'm going to make her watch it because I was telling her about it and I could tell that she was excited.
Oh, I think she's faking it with you.
A pile of boobs, Kitty.
I think she was faking it.
What? She never fakes anything.
I could tell she was excited because she looked like when she gets excited. Mm-hmm. She can watch it. She's got to put on the straight mask.
That's my little Piccadillo. Yes.
Planning on doing a watch along with Kitty for the original Gremlins this Christmas too.
You might have to leave the room. I want to make her wear that straight mask.
Oh no! Might have to do that one online.
Is there an ASMR of just people watching Gremlins and then slowly having sex in the background while Gremlin plays?
Another marketing genius idea.
Like, it just starts off like you're doing a normal watch along, right? Like, oh yeah, I saw this movie when I was a kid, blah blah blah. It's like looking pretty good in that striped mask. You really need all those clothes on, Stripe? And then she'll start talking like them. And I'll be like, oh.
What are you choking on over there?
That's how I do it. I do it raw.
Yeah. I said we were going to do more fun movies this year, or at the end of this year after our bad spring and summer.
So far, we are on track. I don't even remember what we did last week.
Well, last week we did Spooky Season Spectacular. The week before that, we did House and House 2.
Oh, that's right. So we've had 3 great movies in a row.
And we're going to have more coming next week. Dueling Chainsaws. And then we're going to have some fun ones coming up. I told you we're going to do Pray with Kitty.
That's our religious moment, our new feature that's religious. Pray with Kitty.
Yep.
She will like tell us things from Bibles.
No, from the Predator franchise. And we're going to do Satan's Slaves 2.
Another Satan Slaves?
Another Satan's... No, that's a remake. Which I think Satan's Slaves was kind of a remake of a 70s movie. So, yeah, that should have been... This should be another Satan's Slaves 2. TOO.
Yep.
And we got the Halloween watch along with Halloween 4 coming up for this last week of October. And we got Godzilla Day after that. So we're going to do, I think, Godzilla versus Destroya, the kind of direct sequel to the 1954 one.
Okay.
And it's great. It's one of my favorites. And we're going to do hopefully a Dick watch along with Mandy with our foreign correspondent Ken. And then we're going to do, I think, maybe the Final Girls this part of the year. And then we're into end of the year stuff.
Hey, you know what I didn't hear? Night Watch.
Night Watch. No, you did not hear.
Night Watch is coming, Brian.
We got to do our Giving Thanks episode, our After Thanksgiving Mashed Potato Mashup, Christmas Spooktacular, Top 10.
Oy, oy, oy.
And
that's a lot of stuff.
Scare Value Awards, which right now is a big 2-headed race for the best movie of the year.
House 2 and Frankenhooker?
And the Frankenhooker ones. Sinners and Weapons. 2 one-word titles. Kitty would be so mad.
I'm kind of mad, and I want to see both those movies.
They are sitting atop.
I wonder what the movie with the longest title is.
The Englishman who went up a hill and came down a mountain.
What about the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford?
Let's do some counting.
Can't.
The assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. 10 words.
Okay.
The Englishman who went up a hill and came down a mountain. 12 words. I'm sure there's something longer.
I know. All right. I'm going to have to think of it. All right. Call in at home if you know the answer.
So it's going to be a fun end of the year. Got some fun movies, some fun watch-alongs, some fun annual episodes.
Nicolas Cage facts tailored to the season.
Well, don't worry. Next year starts off strong with the Nick Cage birthday episode that we have to do. Every year I do it in hopes it's the last of the Nick Cage stuff, and every year it is not.
You just can't keep a good man down.
This year, going to be a Jeopardy episode.
Are you just ripping off that bar in East 10 Mem?
Bend Over?
Yeah, that's the one.
And then we're going to continue doing fun movies, because I want to do The Blob, I want to do From Dusk Till Dawn, I want to do Popcorn.
I haven't seen Blob since I was a kid, and I have not seen Popcorn ever.
I want to do Society.
I don't even know what that is.
I know. There's some fun ones. I'll slip in some Brain Damage and Basket Case along the way.
Hells yeah.
And
then a sneaky slide in House 2.
I also wrote down we're going to do The Guest. I'm going to make you watch The Guest so that now when you ask me what The Guest is, it'll be 10 times funnier.
All right. Based on the words you've just said, I assume that I've asked this before, but what's The Guest?
Yeah.
You're not going to answer, I see. Oh, it'll be a surprise when I watch it. Is that the one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
No. It'll be surprised when you watch it, and then 2 minutes later you'll be asking me again, what's The Guest?
Is that bad of a movie?
No, it's wonderful. But you'll never forget the first time you saw Frankenhooker.
No.
That is a guarantee for anybody out there who wants to watch Frankenhooker.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Hear that? Every time I hear an airplane.
An angel gets his hooker part. An angel gets her super crack.
They live in that cooler now. And they're going to feed upon Zorro. Zorro is not the swashbuckling sword guy either.
It also wasn't exactly pronounced Zorro. It had a weird... Maybe it's because he can't say his name properly.
You know, the only reason I figured out...
Zorro.
You know how I figured out his name was Zorro? Because he had the letter Z branded on his stable of women.
Zorro, I think.
I think it was Zorro. You know, I wish I had paid attention during the credits. I would probably answer this.
It probably wouldn't. We'll probably just say Zorro. See you next week for Dueling Chainsaws. This is going to be something. Dennis Hopper. Stretch. All your favorites.
Yep. So you haven't. All right.
All right. I don't even know what to say. I should have ended this a long time ago.
You should have.
I probably did end it a long time ago. We'll see you next week for Dueling Chainsaws.
Or we won't.
Well, we won't see you, I guess. That's true. You'll hear us next week for Dueling Chainsaws, unless you don't.
Well, then you won't.
But then you're going to miss out on something special because nothing beats Pete watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre and finding things he thinks are wrong with it. Perfect movie.
I'm going to be. We'll see. We'll see. It's a fine little movie.
It's a documentary about it that should be out in 2 days, I think, if I have my timeline right. A movie called Chain Reactions. Documentary.
With Keanu Reeves?
No.
And Rachel Weisz?
The best I can. This might be the movie where I learned that scripts were bad because it could be bad because that writing is terrible. What are you doing? The best I can.
I still say, I don't know,
I do it too.
all the time because I don't know what it is, but that stands out.
We have not gotten to Night Watch, but we did see that in theaters. That's pre-Mummy Rachel Weisz.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Morgan Freeman in that?
I think he was.
Why do I remember everything about the movie Chain Reactions?
I don't remember a goddamn thing except for that one line. The best I can.
I think it's in the trailer also.
That'll probably work then.
But it's not. The line's amazing, but it's only amazing when you have the first part. What are you doing? The best I can. We'll also be doing Chain Reaction at some point on this podcast. We'll do a watch along to that. Maybe that'll be our 3rd year anniversary.
The Chain Reaction. What are we doing, Brian?
The best we can. Oh, this is the best we can. That's sad. No, I'm sad.
All right.
I didn't want to go into Chainsaw Week sad, but no, I'm sad. All right, we'll see you next week for Chain Reaction. Oh, fuck. We should put up 3 screens. I think I know what we're doing next year. All right. See you next week.